Welcome investors and partners and guests of today's presentations. Welcome. My name is Mr. Yashagin, specialist on idea designing and finalizing of SkyWorld community. I have the honor to host the online event, and first of all, thank you for your presence at our informational meeting devoted to the launch of uTerra project. This project can bring agriculture to a completely new level. Since the product launch, you got questions. You send them to our email, discuss them in the chats. You discussed the development a lot. And here we have the frequently asked questions and answers to avoid all kinds of rumors and inaccurate information. Today, let me introduce our speakers who know a lot about the project. Who are they? Who are our speakers? Mr. Eugeny Buganin, uTerra Middle East Agro Industries Manager, Ms. Satskova, Lawyer Informational Protection, Mr. Reva, Head of Sales Department, Mr. Sukhodoev, the CEO and Development Director, Mr. Kudryashov, the CEO and founder of SkyWorld Community, our special guest, who is always interesting. He's the author and creator of UST technology, the chief designer. Under his leadership, the whole technology was designed, the technology of humus and the soil elixir uTerra. Mr. Anatoli is going to answer all the questions on our product. The first speaker, whom I would like to present to the wide audience, will be Mr. Eugeny Bugaev. He will speak about the goals and the principles of the project. He will speak why the biohumus and soil elixir is so unique. Evgeny, you have the floor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. My name is Eugeny Bugaev. I'm the manager of the project, our new project that we are launching, and I will briefly tell you about our project. What I do. I launched the project. We're opening the company. The company is registered. It's called uTerra Middle East Agro Industries, LLC. It's registered in the economic zone. I'll speak in more detail. The goal of our project is to create the whole infrastructure, not just manufacturing of our fertilizer, but what we would like to do, we would like to create the whole infrastructure so that on spot we can show people how our product works, and we're sure, we're confident about our product, and we're ready to demonstrate everything, how the product actually helps the people, how we will speak, how people will benefit from our product. What are the main aspects of our manufacturing? We have got waste-free production. We fight for environment. And at all the steps at our production, we abide by waste-free principles. Secondly, in our product, we use only natural, organic, and biological components. We will never have any chemical substances. Each of the components will never ever negatively affect humans and environment. That's crucial for us. And Anatoli Eduardovich fights for this. And all this is implemented in our product, not only at the end product, but at all the stages of its manufacturing. Let's speak in more detail where we organized that. We chose the zone, the economic zone in Rasselheim, in Rakiz. That's the name of the zone. Why over there? Why we decided to do this over there? Firstly, when we were thinking where to do the construction, we traveled a lot. And what we liked about Rakis, that they got completely excited about our project. They strive for environment as well, and that's a huge economic zone. The logistic is wonderful. The transportation issues can easily be solved over there, and here we can cut the costs on the logistics. We registered the company in there. We're grateful to the employees of the economic zone Rockies. They helped us a lot. They helped us a lot not only to open the company, they helped us to open bank accounts in the Emirates. Usually it takes long in the Emirates, but we opened the accounts quickly. We are ready to start the work. We are already implementing our project, not waiting for the investments. We found the consultants, we got the contractors, we got the geological and geodesy research, we got the project design in Minsk, so we're already doing the job. And it's vital for us not to stop, and we need investment. What can I add here? The structure of the complex that we're building right now, we're going to have a manufacturing area. Then the second step, we're going to have greenhouses. There will be greenhouses and open air area where we're going to have trees and bushes. And in this greenhouse area, we're going to demonstrate how our product works. Right now, we do lots of tests. We just took the local sand. We took the products that you can easily buy in the marketplace by our competitors, and we easily see that we do not have any competitors. Of course, our research we're going to put in our materials, and you will see that uTerra actually works. The differences can be easily seen. And speaking about the price, we're much cheaper, and the quality is higher. Besides the greenhouses, we're thinking about farming. We're going to have poultry. Of course, we're not going to have some cattle, but animal farming will be there, and the animals will get the feeds that were acquired from the fertilizer uTerra. What more? Let's speak about the product itself. That's a unique product. Let me repeat myself. We use only natural ingredients. Anatoli developed the product. I'm not a biologist, I'm a manufacturer. When you can see the results, how the product works, that's fantastic. And all the tests are documented. We did the tests, and we got the vegetables grown using uTerra elixir. We did the tests. Everything is confirmed by the documents. In the Republic of Belarus, we were giving the tests to governmental laboratories, and we can see that we do not have any hazardous components in the end product, but we have got the results of the tests of the state laboratories, and we can easily see that the products grown in uTerra, they have more microelements and they are more healthy. We have got unique product, and me as the project manager, I see how the product works, I believe in it, and I will use all my rich experience to set up the production. I believe in the product, and I believe that everything is going to work out. Thank you. Evgeny, thank you for your detailed explanations. Now investors and partners have understanding of the goals of the product. Right now, Mr. Unitsky joins us. He can speak in all the detail on the issues that everyone is interested in. And the first question to him: why did you take the decision to put the investments in biohumus, not waiting till you get all the financing to the string transportation technology? Aren't there any risks that string transportation technologies are underfinanced? The production of friable uTerra humus and liquid elixir uTerra, all this is done by a special company. It has got its own staff of specialists. The company is in Rassenhelm in United Arab Emirates. uTerra Middle East Agro Industries. That's a factory, that's a plant. This factory has got the license on our know-how. It has got the rights for the production of 10,000 tons per year on the territory of Emirates. And UST Inc., this is not for creating uTerra technology, but this is for upscaling and use of the technology. These plants were grown at this technology. This is not the development of the product. These are the tests of the product. Unitsky String Technologies participation in uTerra is now completed. And the investors that will support this product, they will get not the part, not the share in the technology, which is already created, but they will get it in the profit of this factory. This is the investment in this factory. This project is attractive for investors because the break-even point will be in only 2 years. I would like to point out here that biohumus is financed from completely different sources. And financing has nothing to do with the financing of UST project. Financing of uTerra project will be financed by the potential investors who haven't yet made up their mind because of several reasons to the string technologies. But they can invest to manufacturing of uTerra. Thank you, Mr. Anatoli, for your detailed answer. Next speaker. Next speaker is Mykolas Reba, head of the sales department of Skyworld community. Everyone is interested in interests, profit and potential income. Now Mr. Nicholas has the floor. He has got all the analytical data and he will give the data to you right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Evgeny, for your detailed information. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Evgeny, thank you for the introduction. And I'll speak a little bit about the numbers. The opportunity of investing, we have got it, and investment can be made into the cluster and to get up to 55% of annual profit. Up to 55% of annual profit you can get, depending on your investing and the round where you participated. Have a look. What the project needs right now. The project has to get $20 million, and financing is split in 3 rounds. Each round envisages several lots. All the lots will cut in 3 rounds, and we have got different kinds of payments, like installment and one-time payment. Totally, the company will have to get $20 million. And when we have collected the money, there won't be any more lots. What is the lot? I've got a question. Do we need to clarify? Do we have to clarify what the lot is? Okay. Your lot, let's take $100,000. The profit of the company is 50%. The profitability is 50%. It's $50,000. Your percentage out of profit is 55 out of 50,000. Your profitability is $27,050. You get more profit than the company. I think this is exciting. I'm sure that this is exciting. Let's go to the table. What does it look like for you? So this is the net profit of the company. This is 30%. We have 30, 50, and 60. We're going to cover all of that. If the company's profitability is 30, you invest $100,000. The profit distribution will be the following: 55 to the investor, as we said before, 45 to the company, and the expected net profit of the investor, 16,500. And if we speak about the annual income, it's 16.5. The number is really good, even at the profitability of 30%. The lots start from $1,000. In the second round, please pay attention. On the left, we have got figures of the second round and the third round. Today, we speak about the second round. About the terms, we speak later. If we say about one-time installment and if it's one-time or installment, the figures will be different. Installment will be little bit less profitable for you, but maybe a little bit more comfortable. For example, if you want to pay each month, then you can do installment absolutely. Of course, the profitability will be a bit less, but you will not have to bring all the amount together. You can split it into parts. And on the round number 3, the figures are a bit smaller because this is the final step. This is the final round. The figures are a bit lower, and they are different. They can be installments as well and one-time payments. The structure is the same. We have got several solutions of installments. The conditions are the same for the third round, and the net profit of the company will be 50% from 16,500. In the first case, if it's 30%, the profitability will be 27.5%, and if installment, it will be a bit less. This is about the second round, and in the third round, it will be a little bit less. And if the profit of the company is 60%, here 33,000, this is 33% of annual income. That's a very profitable amount, and we will never get the profit less than 30. So 33% in type of installment. This is your guaranteed income. Let's summarize. The lots are different on the amount of the investment and the percentage of profitability. We have got fixed lots and we have installments. The bigger the amount of the investment is, the bigger is the profit. The bigger is your amount, the bigger is your profit. There are different solutions. If you would like to invest $1,000, then it will be 28% of profit. And speaking about annual profit, it will be 8.4. The more the figures are, the better profitability is. The earlier round, the better is the income for the investment. Right now we have got round number 2. In the third round, the figures will be lower. It's better to make decision now. The lot can be done by installment or one-time payment. There are different types of installments. One-time investments will have the higher percentage of profitability. My recommendation is to do the investment right now, the planned time when we're going to get the profit. It will be the fourth quarter of the second year from the start of the project. For example, we're launched in October this month and we got the profits in December 2024. It will be next year in the last quarter. In a year and a little bit. We have got a system of referral bonuses. You cannot only buy yourself, but you can give the link to buy the shares to your partners and to your friends. There are up to 24 levels of referral bonuses. The first level is 3% from the amount. Second level is 1%. Then we have got a standard chain of partnership program. And if you're interested, we can speak more on that. Our specialists will talk to you and speak to you on the referral program. Referral program will be ready on the 15th of November. It means that on the referral program, on the 15th of November, you will be able to get the money on your personal cabinet. The opportunity to invest is limited, and once we get 20 million, we will stop. We speak only about 3 rounds. Right now we have got the second round. It won't be long. And the third round will, over here, the profitability will be a bit lower, but still the portfolio will be profitable. I cannot say that in the third round we won't have something profitable. The numbers are good. What do we have right now? The acting investors and partners, we have got more than 600,000 people, more than 500,000 of people decided to become our partners and acquire one of our projects that we have got more than 5,000. We have got more than 5,000 lots, still we have them. The offers with lifelong profitability up to 55% we have, and the profitability will be 55%. We do not just create manufacturing that bring profit. We work at the changes for the better in the whole world. We do not work only to get more prosperous, not to get more prosperity for us, for our company. We're working for the changes to the better for our planet, where all of us live. And all of us will have to take care of our planet. That's why we created our project and our product. You're not just becoming an investor, but you're becoming a partner, and you really help the planet. I would like to summarize how the profit distribution will happen. Let's have a look at the slide. It's 70 is for SWC and 30% will go to uSky. SWC will distribute this its profit. The second round of financing was up to October 11, and it's prolonged. The second round is prolonged a little bit. You can calculate how much time you have of the second round and the third round. The maximum profit here will be 50%. So 5%, that's a crucial amount for annual profit. I would like to add that I'm really grateful to Anatoli Eduardovich that he created such a fantastic product. And it has got wonderful perspectives, and it will be used in the whole world and make our life much better. That's my opinion. I love this product, I love this company, and let's become part of our team and our company. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nicholas. Of course, after such a story, after all these figures, everyone will be very happy to do the investments. And let's come back to Anatoli Unitsky. You have dozens of different inventions like houses, space, hotels. You took the decision to concentrate on uTerra project and start implementing basically uTerra project. uTerra project got its development not by itself, but from my space developments and research. And that's an integral part of your space. When I was developing string transportation and living clusters, eco houses, and many other things like energetics, bioenergetics, and solar energy. And it was 46 years ago, when I just started my space developments, I understood that one of priority tasks for comfortable living of people in orbital cosmo houses is to give them environmentally friendly food, to give to people something organic. We can it's vital to give the food for people even in the space. And so the question of developing and making really nice fertilizers came
back
to the
in the Soviet times.
Place for me
today,
in the Soviet times.
I can tell you for sure that the industrial development of the near space is impossible without soil elixir or uTerra. Because people will be living there. And they need to have a healthy life and nourishing food. That's quite a full answer. Thank you, Anatoli Eduardovich. Next speaker of today's presentation will be Olga Satskova, the legal information protection, the legal specialist, and she will answer your legal questions. Olga, the floor is yours.
Добрый день, уважаемые участники нашей встречи. Рада всех приветствовать.
Good afternoon, dear participants of today's meeting. I'm very happy to see you today. In my presentation, I shall tell you the main conditions of participation in our project, which are signed in the agreement. We'll speak about the terms of investment, about the interest, profit, and also other questions that I will rely on in my presentation. I will be more than happy to receive the feedback from you in the form of the comments, questions. Please send your questions in the chat. And in the end of the presentation, I will answer all of your questions in order to tell you in detail about the topic that I will share with you, so it's clear, everything's clear for you. So the first question are the terms for which the investment of the investments. Based on the investment agreement, the investments will be provided for 5 years. So what are the ways how to provide the investments into the project? So that could be one term, one payment, and settlement for 10 months. So the interest and the profit is a bit different in two different cases. So if you get the settlement, then it will be less than one payment, but you can find the comfortable conditions for yourself. Then in the agreement we'll have a fixed rate and the interest for the usage of the finance. The fixed rate is 0.1%. It's fixed in our agreement. So when you have your amount of investments, the money starts to work as if they are on the bank account, and this interest will be given for each balance of the debt of the receiver, but without the interest that you gain before. They are not summed up. You can see them in your back office as the investor. So what happens after the term is terminated? After 5 years, the investor can leave the project if he makes such a decision and takes these investments with the interest for using the money and the profit or the income that she will gain to that moment. For that to come out of the project 2 months ahead of time, you need to make a notification to the company about your decision, and by that you as an investor terminate and all the obligations and terms between the investor and the company that are being terminated, and all the obligations need to be fulfilled in full before the investor. Second option, you can make a selection. For instance, if you want to continue to be part of the project to get the interest and the profit, then you do not send the notification to the company. And in this case, the investors has the right to get the payment for the entire life of the payment for the percentage, the interest of sum of the investment that you have invested until you make a decision to terminate the agreement or to come out of the project. So you can make this decision whenever you want, anytime you want. So what about the income or the profit? As for the amount of the investments and the interest which you plan to receive, this is signed in the agreement and the supplement agreement. So the income and profit is being paid per quarterly on the bonus account in the back office of the investor. So you select the tariff proportional to the amount of the investments that you have made. So the terms for the tariffs, they're being provided at the moment when the first investment round is opened up. So this is the interest for the settlement or for the one payment. It can be different. Also, when you get the results of the investment activity, when you get the income for its distribution, the company sends a notification to the investors. So this may happen in the back office of the investor or by the email. This way will inform the investor that the profit is ready for the distribution. That's regarding the installments. As for We have a question regarding the long-term investments. So what will be the right for the heritage or heritage? So
Мы здесь придерживаемся общих правил мировой практики.
here we have the overall of the world practice until the investor is in the project and all his investors are in the project and all the obligations and terms are inherited. So the interest is being provided. So for you to get this heirship, you need to get registered and get back office, get the verification, then to send us our support office the required list package of the documents in order to prove your heritage. And after that, you will be able to receive the profit and interest based on the agreement. So you will become the party of the agreement. So this is what we required to know. These are the legal issues. So here we have the clarification about the participation in the project. I want to thank Olga for the informative and detailed report. And going back to Anatoli Eduardovich Yunitsky, so what are the competitive market? What is the probability to become the player at this market and to be a successful one? So I give the floor to you again. Well, I think that uTerra has the highest chance to take its share at the market for the fertilizers, biofertilizers, because of our elixir of uTerra, we have the list of the key advantages compared to the rest of the alternative products and solutions. And most importantly, one of the advantages is the unique content of uTerra, which has lots of know-how, not just one, but few. So we use for the production of elixir uTerra natural components, organic components, and the usage of these fertilizers becomes more and more popular in the agriculture and also in the cities when we plant the trees or flowers in the gardens and the parks. So as the result of on my farmery of 800 hectares of farmery proves its activity and advantages compared to the fertilizers with which we compare of our competitors. So this biohumus, which has already been proved for the last few years or even dozens of years of its ability to improve the structure of soil and to enhance the growth of organic plants. That makes uTerra the main component of increase the fertility and the eco-friendly agriculture without the use of any chemical elements, chemical fertilizers, which is vitally important today. So we do not use any chemical agents or any other substances which are toxic and hazardous to the soil. So in increase of self-awareness regarding the eco-friendly all around the world, the usage of biohumus will be very useful and effective because it leads to the safety of soil and natural resources. Thank you very much, Anatoli Eduardovich. Everything is pretty clear here. We have nothing to add. So the fourth report or speech will be given by Alexey Sukhodoev, the Director for the Development and co-founder of Sky World Community, who will tell us about the product, how it can help the eco issues of globally. We found the way. The floor is yours.
Всем привет! Сегодня настало событие, которое я могу сравнить с тем, что
Friends,
произошло
hello
когда-то в
to everyone.
2014 году.
Today it
Анатолий
is
Эдуардович
the time
заговорил
when
о
when
проекте
can be
искусственного
compared.
транспорта, и
Back
многие
in
тогда вошли в рост
2014,
благодаря
Anatoli
этой идее.
Eduardovich have told us
Сейчас
about the
мы
string
находимся
technology,
совершенно на другом
transportation
этапе
technology.
и уровне
So
развития.
many of
Это
you
не
entered
идея,
this
как
project
сказал Анатолий
thanks to the
Эдуардович, это
idea. Now we're
созданная
at
и
completely
отработанная
different level of the development.
агробиотехнология.
This is not just
Чуть
the
позже мы
idea,
будем
as
вспоминать с
Anatoly
вами эту
Eduardovich said.
конференцию,
This is
так как мы с
this
вами видим сегодня, как
agrobiotechnology that have
запускается
been
первый
tested.
коммерческий проект по
We will
направлению
remember
гумус.
this
Это
conference
производство гумуса в
after a
Российской
while because
Федерации.
we see
И
that this
многие
is
уже
first commercial
присоединились к его
project is
финансированию. Я
launching
надеюсь, что успеете
these
и вы.
days. This is a
Как
production of
обозреватель
hummus
трендов и
and Arab
техновизионер,
Emirates,
я могу
and many
сказать
have
о
joined the
том, что
financing of
сейчас
this project and
происходит
hope
с
you will
трендами
also
вообще в
join this
мире.
project. And
Осознайте этот
as a
тренд, по
visionary,
которому нас
I
ведут.
can tell you
Хотите
what
ли
is
вы жить в
happening
том
with the
мире,
trends
который нам
all
рисуют другие
globally.
люди? Или
Think
вы
about this
все-таки
way which
хотите
we are
влиять на
leading
свои
to.
судьбы,
Would you like to
создавать и
live in the world
финансировать
which
то
people are
будущее,
telling
в
us
котором мы
and creating
действительно
for us,
желаем
or would you like
жить?
to have an
Итак,
impact by
первый
and
тренд– это
yourself creating
высыхание
the
почвы.
future in
Что же
which
с
we
этим
will all
делать?
be living in?
Существует огромная проблема
The first
опустынивания
trend
почв. И
is the
буквально
dry
несколько
out
лет
and the
назад в
deserting of the
Египте
soil.
прошел форум,
So there is a huge
посвященный
problem
этой
as deserting
очень
of the
серьезной
soils and its
проблеме.
degradation.
Основная идея
So a
этого
few days
форума
ago,
заключалась в
there was a
том,
forum
что
in Egypt
пустыня–
which was
это не тот
devoted
песок,
to this
который вы
serious
видите в
problem.
жарких
The
арабских
main
странах.
idea of this
Или,
forum was
например,
that the
крупнейшая
desert,
жаркая
this is not just the
пустыня
sand which you
Сахара на
see in
севере
the hot
африканского
Arab
континента. Нет,
countries,
это
but the
приближение
biggest desert
пустынь.
of
И это
Sahara, which
глобальная
is the north
мировая
of the African
проблема, которая
continent.
говорит о
This is
том,
not just
что
that,
количество
but this is the
органических
coming
веществ в
of the
почве
deserts, and this is a
переходит
global
сейчас на
problem
критическую
of
отметку в
increasing the desert
3%. А
because the
значит,
organic
почва серьезно
elements in the
заболела
soil
и постепенно
get to the
умирает.
critical level
Если
of
говорить о
3%. So the
геогумус в
soil is
принципе,
seriously
то он
sick
существует
and is
уже
dying.
достаточно давно.
So if we speak
Но
about
такого состава, который
biohumus,
сейчас
then it
разработан
exists
uTerra
for
и
quite a
придумал
long
лично
time.
Анатолий Эдуардович Юницкий, нет и
But
не
this
было.
content, which has been
Различные
developed by
программы
uTerra
по
and
сохранению почвы не
uh,
предлагают
Anatoli
конкретных
Eduardovich
решений.
Yunitsky has
Они
never
предлагают
existed
подписать
before.
пакты
Many
и
different
составить
programs
некую
which
законодательную базу. Но
start up
история
for
с
the
созданием
saving
законодательной
of the
базы
soil.
уже
They
была.
say that
Мы
we need to
слышали про
sign up the
Парижское
pacts
соглашение.
and have a
И
legal
сейчас я
basis.
сделаю
But the
интересную
story with the
оценку.
legal basis,
В
which we
Парижском
already had,
соглашении
there was
говорится о
the
том,
agreement
что в
France,
принципе
and I
нужно
shall
сократить
make a reference
углеродный
in
след.
this
И из-за этого
Paris
идет
Agreement.
давление в
It
сторону
says that in
азотного окислования.
principle we need to
Появляется
reduce the
предложение заменить
hydrocarbon
всю еду насекомыми.
footprint, and for that
И
there is an
такая
impact on
организация,
cattle
как
farm.
продовольственная и
We need to
сельскохозяйственная
substitute all the
организация
food products for
ООН,
insects.
занимается
And this
продовольственными
organization, as
вопросами,
for
казалось бы,
Food and
проблемами. В
Agriculture
2017
Organization
году она
of
подтвердила,
UN,
что в пище
is
пригодны более
occupied with the
1500
food
видов насекомых. С
products
одной стороны, это
availability,
перспективное
and they
коммерческое
proved that
направление,
there
я
is
тут не поспорю.
1.5
Но
thousand
когда
insects
всерьез
that are
говорят о том, что к
can
2045
get
году
as a
продукция
food
еды
product. This is a
сократится на
commercial
40%, это
development,
уже
and
звучит
this
как
is true. But
ожидаемый
when they
план.
seriously
Одно из
say that
самых
the
больших
call,
орудий
the
массового поражения– это
number of food
налоги.
will be
И
reduced up to
это коснется
40%, this
каждого из
can
нас.
become a
Поэтому есть
realistic
серьезные
plan,
программы, в
and this
которых
is
расписано четкое
the
потребление
weapon
ресурсов
for
на
to
одного
for to
человека.
kill the
И сейчас
humanity,
появляется
which
все больше
will
и
has an
больше
impact on
ферм,
all of
где
us. This is
червей
the resources
выращивают не на
per
переработку
person,
почвы, а в
food
пищу. И по прогнозам
products.
экономистов, к
We have lots
2030
of
году
farms which are
объем мирового
open
рынка
to produce the
эндопротеинов
worms, not
превысит 3
to
миллиона
for the
тонн.
soil, but
Крупные
for
фермы уже
as a
действуют
food
во
product.
Франции,
So the
США,
volume of
Канаде,
underprotein
Финляндии,
will
а
be
теперь и
3
России.
million
А
tons,
теперь
and
скажите,
big
что
farmeries
будет
already
дальше?
been open in
Чтобы люди
France,
все-таки
America, Canada,
перерабатывали бурый
and
уголь
and
для
now in
формирования
Russia.
гумуса
So what
или
would you
употреблять
choose?
этих
Would
червей в
would you
пищу
choose the
вместо
worms to
органических
work with the
продуктов?
brown coal to
То, что
produce
сейчас
hummus,
мы с
or
вами
to eat up
запускаем, это
these worms
большое
instead of
дело,
the
это
organic
трансформация
product?
общества,
What
модернизация мирового
is
сельского
we are
хозяйства,
launching
которая
these days a
поможет
big
для
idea
многих
of
увидеть
transformation
этот
of
свет в
the
конце туннеля.
society
Ведь
of the
проект по
global
восстановлению
agriculture, which will
опустынивания
help many
хочет
to
гораздо
see there's light in the end of the tunnel. So this project for the deserted and um, soil is much better than just creating the farmery for that will produce the insects. There are other trends which in 2070 there'll be reduction of the vehicle fleet for more than a half, 2.1, 1.5 billions of vehicles, light vehicles, and the majority will be using the public transportation. And then the market of producing the insects will be growing, and the degradation of soil will continue and will be even provocated. And there is another way for the development, the way which will exclude the desert and degradation of soil. This is the production of humus, because there are many countries are ready to pay for them to get the humus in order for restoration of soil and for start up the production. So we have clean and organic products, veggies and fruits, which will be available for as a food product to eat. We do not want to eat insects. We want to eat an organic food, and this there is a solution which was created by Unitsky, Anatoli Eduardovich Yunitsky, and we are fully support. Uh, we we ask him not to give this technology to any big investors or to venture funds, but to try to use the crowd investing in our international social finance venture ecosystem of Skyworld community in order to launch up this project. This offer is super limited. So for us, this is not the first investments. We show the first results of the main and the hardest efforts which we made since 2015 for the transport infrastructure and new logistic industry. And this is a in-string technology transportation. This is the technology which we have financed till stage 15. As for the production of humus, we have passed 2 phases, and we have created and tested the technology from out of which you can get the profit on the second year after we launch this humus project. This is a super limited proposal and offer, and we are so glad that there are so many people that joined this project, and you are the pioneers in this project. And I hope this is the meeting that means a lot to you. We are creating the community, and this community will be operating for the entire spectrum of the projects which we plan to finance. And we definitely will implement it and put it into life. Remember that the soil which is alive is a heritage that we get from the previous generations, and we send to our future generation. If the soil dies, then the entire world will die. Not many speak about this problem, but we do not only make a proposal about the solution for the soil, but also the proposal to gain the profit. Many of us come as, first of all, for the idea, and we are, as the venture ecosystem, with growing our community, we can become the basis of financial basis for the support of the people in order to implement and to put this future into life. We are financing it. We take the full responsibility for the result because this activity means much more than how strong are the if what we could get if we do nothing. And we sincerely hope for your support. The entire humanity is hoping for, is looking at you. We can stop the economic and ecological situation in order to resolve the issues and problems of the near future. And I want to say that again. We have 2 stages of financing. The packages are limited, and some will not be able to join. But today, you can use this chance, you can use this opportunity, because this venture ecosystem of Skyworld community is presented as is in more than 180 countries. we will translate this event in 20 different languages. And so as you understand, there's gigantic interest in many countries for this project. Please just take your time, digest it, take a cup of tea or coffee, and think how you can have an impact on what is happening with the help of your finance and your contribution to the development of the future. You are the members of Skyworld community. This is why we give this opportunity to you, first of all, to finance into this direction of humus production, not to those people to whom if we have some packages for the financing, we will attract and notify about the existence of such a great opportunity. We want to thank you for your attention, and we hope for your support. Thank you very much, Alexey. I think that many of you do understand how important it is to save our world, to save our earth. And this solution of Anatoli Eduardovich can help and save from ecological catastrophe. Anatoli Eduardovich, we have the final question for you. Please tell us about the value of the product and what the value you saw when you were creating this product as biohumus uTerra. It is well known that annually that the humankind are losing about 25 millions of fruitful soil. Just think about these figures, of these horrible figures, 25 billion tons per year. And this fruitful soil is the main resource on the earth. It's not about the ore or the coal, but the soil from which the crops are growing. 25 billions per year, and no one is bringing it back. No one is creating it from scratch. So this is due to the chemical agents and chemical elements that are being used, and they're killing the structure of our soil, which is very complex. But it also reduces the organic elements, and it kills the thousands of microorganisms. There are millions of such microorganisms. So when we made our survey, my goal was to come up with a solution for the humankind, which will help to stop degradation of soil, which is eco-friendly for the environment and the humankind. So these tank training grounds, which we have our testing track, we have also demonstrated the uniqueness of our technology. When we are creating the humus, we are using the author formula. It's a special formula, which is our main secret for the production of humus, and also special communities for anaerobic and anaerobic microorganisms. And apart from us, no one else can do it, only us. A biohumus, uTerra biohumus, which doesn't have anything similar to that, have a high concentration of fruitful microorganisms. And if we take it by the units, there's about dozens of trillions of microorganisms in each liter of the elixir. And if we take it as a whole, this technology, uTerra technology, can increase the fruitfulness of the soil up to 30-35%. And if we take the sand from the desert, it will increase the fertility up to 1,000 times. With the help of Anatoli Eduardovich Yunitsky, dozens of years ago, we have started the development of soil elixir and organic biohumus, thousands of tests, and the final tests on itself shows us a great result. So we wish you all the best on your scientific research, Anatoli Eduardovich. And the final speaker, the director and the founder of Kudryashov, which will summarize and tell us about the potential of the project, its upscale and its place, its niche at the global market. Dear friends, I'm very happy to greet you at this event. This is truly a valuable event for our Skyworld community. Today, we are presenting a new discipline, new direction, which long awaited and that you have heard before. So I want to say one thing, we are not just creating the production which will give us the profit. We are working on the changes for the better. This is not just the motto. These are the words which will help us to develop our project in the future. Because the production of humus and this discipline which we will develop is a first step to build up and to construct the production in United Arab Emirates in Ras Al Khaimah. And from that, the new epoch will start. The new epoch which will allow us to create these productions in every country all around the world, where the regions will be required or require our products. So the main question for which terms, let's say, of operation, life cycle of operation will it take for the production? For how long will we get the profit out of this production side? It is not limited. We have rented, so we have put on lease for 5 years this land plot, and we can prolongate it up to the next 50 years. This is not so the life cycle of the production side, 50 years. It can be 100 or even more. If something will be broken, let's say, of course, this will be the operational costs for the repair, and we will continue producing our products. Some of the elements will probably need revamping or upgrade, but this will not have an impact on the overall business. What I wanted to tell you today, what shall we expect in the near future? In 2045, and everyone is speaking about it, we can look it up in the media, 2025 will have less products than 70%, which we currently have, because there is degradation of soil. There is such statistics from American sources that currently every day 1 acre of soil, 1 acre of land is dying because of the deserting. The microelements, which consist at the level of 5-6%, we have dozens less than we
and that is
could
why,
expect. Thanks to
just
our
you and
project,
us, thanks to other projects, and thanks to launching the project, we will be able to give the planet the product that would be able to correct the system, because 95% of all the food on the planet, this is the food from the soil. What will be in the future, dear friends? Up to the year 2030, we're going to have migration of more than 200 million people from India due to the threat of hunger. And all of them are going to live in your cities. Answer the question, are you ready to have all these people in your cities and countries? And of course, the people are going to migrate, but then we're not going to have more food. But for the majority of you, it will be the catastrophe when in one spot on the planet, there will be so many people. What else I would like to underline, that in Africa, there have been more than 30 wars, and 27 of the wars, they were the wars for the fertile lands. And our mutual task to give the soils, to give these lands the product that will allow to develop agriculture in all the countries and all the continents. What else I would like to speak to you right now? If we start to restore the fertility of the soils right now, it will take us only 15-20 years. But if we make this process long, then it will take us more than 150 years. If we do not take any action for 20 and 30 years, it will be irreparable. There is an international project that was organized by Mr. Goro. That's an Indian entrepreneur, and he unites the presidents of the countries so that at the legislative level to have the law for all these countries when you are using the land so that the farmers put organic substances and fertilizers in the soil. Everything will be on the governmental and legislative level, but we do not have the tools for now, and we are the project that will allow to give this project and product to the market, and the soils will be in the best possible condition. The soil is the immunity. This is like our immunity. The soil has got immunity as well. We have got some more statistics that all the products that have been manufactured 100 years ago, they contained more than 90% of microelements than today. Now we get only 10% of all the possible microelements that our ancestors used to get 100 years ago. It doesn't say that we'll have to eat more. It will be hazardous for health. But the soils are exhausted, and we do not have the healthy elements that we can consume in the same amount of food. And that's sad statistics. All of us remember about the year 2020 when COVID-19 came. Lots of scientific research institutions did different kinds of tests. Lots of statistics were there, and one of the researchers said that 100% of population of America, they have the deficit of potassium, 70% vitamin E, 43% do not have enough A vitamin. And all of this is in one of the most flourishing countries of the world. And what can we say about different countries where economies are at a different level? What can we put into the soil so that the soil flourishes? We should have the product that we are planning to develop. And at present, manufacturing has already started its activities from the design jobs and different allowing documentation. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like once again to concentrate on the profitability and revenues of the company. Let's speak how much the investor will get in certain conditions. Right now in the screen, you're going to see the slide, and this is the net profit of if the net profit of the company is 30%, these are the numbers. What the profit will depend on. The profit is the gross revenue and operational expenses. The gross income minus operational expenses, so we get the net profit. That's the example. If the company gets 30% of profit, this is the annual revenues, 30%, and depending on the portfolio, which are presented in the second round from $1,000 to $100,000, the profitability is then 16.5%, so 30%. This is the most negative scenario which we review. Second slide, we can see if the company has got net profit of 50%. the profitable part will be starting from 12% up to 27%. And let's have a look at one more example. If the net profit of the company is 60%, and this is a real figure, all the manufacturers is 100% targeted at the high gross value, and the top management of uTerra Middle East, the more we cut the expenses, the more net profit we are going to have, and 60%, this is a real tangible figure that a company can get, that uTerra Middle East Industries can get. If we take one-time payment and installments, then it will be up to 33% of annual revenue. And I would like to point out that this is the profit in currency, in dirham. During the last 15 years, the rate of dirham to dollar, it has never changed. And we can say that this profitability will be in dollars. It's not any kind of volatile currency like lira, ruble, or any other currency. This is a stable currency. Dear investors and partners, still we have got some questions for which you didn't have the answers during our presentation, and that's logical that most of the questions came to Mr. Eugeny Kudryashov. And Eugeny, could you please answer all our questions? Can the partner of the company with the status of the expert, can the exclusive right to sell the product of uTerra in its regions? If yes, then what are the conditions for that? Ruslan, thank you for the question. That's not important in which status our partner is, but you see that you have the potential and you have the market, then uTerra Middle East Agro Industries, it has already got the conditions for exclusive distributorship, and if you abide by these conditions, you will be the only partner that represents the product in its country or whatever. On all the conditions, speak to us and you will have all the conditions and you will see what is necessary to follow all our requirements. Thank you, Evgeny. Next question. Right now, we have got a serious investor from Slovakia, and they can invest money in uTerra project, but they have difficulty to put money to the current account. They would like to put the money through their bank transfer to the account, preferably in euros. So is it possible, and what is the time frame? Aslan, thank you so much for the question. We know about this challenge and we are solving that, and soon we're going to give you this opportunity that you will be able to have the bank transfer. Lots of investors and partners would like to buy these products right now. Is it possible to buy it in Belarus, for example, to make the group wholesale order? If that's possible, what is the price of the product per unit and the delivery terms? Thank you for the question. Yes, that's possible. That's why you will have to write to us, and then we will connect you with the sales department that is in Minsk, so that you could make this order. Thank you, Evgeny. Everything is crystal clear. And the next question, is it possible for the partners to sell the product of uTerra in retail? And is it possible to have your own retail price for when you sell the product? All the relationship between the company and the distribution chain, everything is documented and everything is very strict. I already answered this question. You can get all the conditions for the distributorship, and then you will understand what you can do, what you cannot do. And then you will decide yourself if you want to sell in retail or you would like to work with wholesalers who are going to buy the products from you. Evgeny, everything is clear. Thank you for your explanations. By getting the profit will be in a year after launch of the project. What is the launch of the project? And when are we going to get the profits? When the factory is built, from which moment are we going to get back the revenue on our investments? Thank you for the question. To construct the factory and to launch production, this will be 1 year. It will be autumn next year, when the manufacturing will be launched, and starting from the 2nd year, it will be 2 years. It will be the 4th quarter of the 2nd year, and the company is planning to get the net profit that will be distributed once in a quarter on your account as investor, as dividends. Next question that we got, it was addressed basically to Mr. Eugeny Bugaev. He can answer the question. When it's possible to buy the soil elixir by humus uTerra in Slovakia and Czechia? When is it possible to order that in these countries? I'm the head of the unit in the United Arab Emirates. And speaking when it will be possible to buy in Czechia and Slovakia, it will be possible to get it after we start manufacturing. And the first line will be launched, hopefully in half a year. The line will be launched and we will be ready for selling the product. And how we can cover such a serious market, this is a complicated question, but we will be ready for the sales in half a year, and all of that will depend on the investments. Thank you, Evgeny. We got the answer from you. And next question, how will it be possible to get the partner reward? One of frequently asked questions, the partnership rewards will be possible to get in any possible ways that will be in your personal cabinet. We work a lot and we find reliable partners that provide financial services to us, that we could get all their payable systems and give this kind of service. So at present, all the payment tools that we have got in the personal cabinet, you can use all of them. And upon your request, we're going to add some new payable instruments in the near future. So we answered the most frequently asked questions. The next one, why is the referral bonus, the percentage of the referral bonus, so low? Thank you, Arslan, for the question. Here is the example. What we developed starting from the year 2015, we developed the UST technology. This transportation technology has absolutely endless potential, and it depends on the number of investments what we do. The market will let us know how this technology is wanted by the market. What is the referral reward? What is the referral bonus? For you, it looks like the reward that you brought the investor who did the investment. But for the company, this is an obligation that the company will have to fulfill. And for each referral bonus, the company will take the same obligation as the investor who did the investment in this or that product. Taking into account that transportation technology, it has got great potential with which we will cover all these obligations with the new product on humus. We know for sure, we clearly understand that manufacturing is for 100% gross income, and on the very optimistic scenario, 60% it will be the net profit, and this profit will be divided into Sky and Sky World community, and we take the obligations to give 10% of the referral bonus. We take the same obligations as in front of the investors who did the investment. We cannot do that we cannot do 20, 30, 40% of referral bonus, and because if we went this way, the profitability from the investor we would cut a lot. And in the best conditions, if we get 60% of the profit of the investor will be 33% of annual income. But if we could give 30-20% of the referral bonus, this profit will be 15, 12, or 10%. This won't be interesting. So in order to make a cool product for the investor, so that the investor starting from the second year could already get the profit. And I hope I answered your question, and I hope for your understanding as partners in the things that we do together. Thank you, Evgeny. How long shall we wait for the first project? The factory is not built yet, and uTerra products is not on sale yet. So actually, we're repeating the question. It will take us 2 years. It's the fourth quarter of the second year. The fourth quarter of the second year, we're already going to get the dividends. But these offers won't be for everyone. In your personal cabinet, you see that these offers are limited. We have got several portfolios. So do your investment right now. Do not postpone it. So you will get the most comfortable investment offer for you that you would like to use. It's always exciting to get answers on calculations. Is it possible in the future to get the higher profit, like 30-40% of profit? Will the profit of investors be reviewed? The manufacturing is targeted for some production volume. Of course, we can influence that the top management of the company uTerra Middle East, they can cut the operational expenses, they can increase the net profit, and economics influences it. If we have inflation, then we will increase the price of the product, and that's why the product will be more expensive and the profitability will grow. But the conditions on which we agree right now, speaking about profit distribution, the conditions will be here and there. After we have collected all the money, 20 million, we will complete the financing of the manufacturing. Here we have got the time frame, and here we have got the amount. All the investors that are thinking about the investment, do it as soon as possible. Thank you. So smoothly, we're taking up the next questions. When will the company will be able to import the product into the regions? Even now, the company can import from the manufacturing which is in Minsk right now. But to create the manufacturing, we will need 1 year, and on the second year and even earlier, the company will be able to send the products to the countries where you need them to be sent. Thank you. Next question. Don't you think that the length of the second round, 2 weeks, is too short? What do you thinking about prolongation of the second round? Yes, we think about prolongation, but of course it's not going to last like 2, 3, 4, 5 months. We're planning in 1.5 months to complete the second round, but probably it will be completed earlier. What I would like to say now, of course, we're going to prolong it, but probably we're not going to have the investments offers that you would like to invest at the amounts that are comfortable for you. Evgeny, thank you for the answers. Next question. When the third round is finished, and not only investment or not all the investment portfolios are kind of sold out, we're going to finish the third round, or we're going to have the fourth one. The third round is the last one. There won't be the fourth round. We stop here at the third round, and this is the last step of bringing in financing. They will be the steps only for getting the dividends and profit. If we get, probably you're going to get the profit once in half a year or once in a year. We will decide. But at the start, we have this model, and we think that once in a quarter, we're going to have these dividends. Now we have got understanding in the terms. If we get profit in 3 months, how are we going to calculate the profit? If it's changed all the time. Thank you for one more question. Everything is easy. We have got the gross income for 1 quarter. We have got operational expenses. From the gross income, we calculate the expenses, and here is the net profit, which will be the dividends. End of the year, we will be able to put all the amounts together, and you get your annual income. Dear friends, I answered all your questions.
Probably you will have some questions still remaining. We are ready to answer all your questions. We are ready to change this world together. So we have made a huge step in this project to the future. We have the approval operations now, the design, and we talk to the state authorities and regulatory authorities, providing us all the necessary certificates for this production. In the near future, we will share the results of the first stage of the construction of the production site. I want to thank you for your attention, and we'll see you soon. Evgeny, thank you for such a logic answer to the closed presentation. So our partners have received the full answers to the questions, and they'll be able to make the decision regarding their participation in our new project. So I want to thank all the speakers for the participation in this event. You showed us your professional level. We are waiting from you, our dear partners, the questions and comments, and I will see you soon.